In today's video, we're talking about why you should listen to billionaires if you want to grow your business as an entrepreneur and how to get the almighty dollar. Let's dive right in. Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. My name is Ivan, and on this video, we're talking about why you shouldn't listen to billionaires' advice. And it's a very, very controversial topic because most entrepreneurs tend to believe that the best people to listen to help their situation are billionaires because they've gone the farthest. In actuality, that couldn't be further from the truth. And right now, we're gonna lay out the reasons why. And the first reason is that billionaires don't take into account the current market conditions. And most of the time, I'm not saying all of the time, but most of the time, they do not understand that the way they built their business would be a thing of the past. Right now, the way to accelerate growth, money, and starting a business would be a totally different path because we have social media, we have things like the internet, and so on and so forth. And now it's possible to build a billion-dollar business in a very short period of time, talking about a year or two. Whereas 20 or 30 years ago, that might have been a lot more difficult to achieve. Because right now with social media, you can promote a product, you can promote the service, and if the product or service is actually unique and good and it serves people the right way, it grows a lot quicker. It grows like wildfire. As in back in the day, you couldn't have really done that because word of mouth only goes so far based on where you started the product. That will be my reason number one. But there's other reasons as to why you should listen to billionaires. And most of the time when you watch a video on YouTube that's a billionaire giving away advice, it's not really going to be applicable to your situation because everyone's situation is different. I want you to get that. Do not underestimate the fact that their advice is not a advice. They're just talking about their story, and their story has nothing to do with your story. The way you should look at someone's story is, I look at it from my perspective, the way he overcame certain challenges, the way he fought through to save his company, and the way he fought through setbacks and stuff like that. That's what I see. I see unlimited amount of motivation. I see unlimited amount of grit. I see unlimited amount of resourcefulness to continue to fight in order to build something substantial. So that would have been my second reason, because it's simply not personal. Okay, when they give it away advice, it is not personal. Honestly, I know you're hearing this right now and you're like, what is this guy talking about? Listen, if you're watching a video from a billionaire, do not take that advice as your own advice because, again, it is not your personal situation. In fact, it doesn't matter what the person's net worth is. Advice should only be taken when the person on the other side giving the advice has taken into account your personal situation. That's what I like mentorship and coaching so much, because I can get in and I could talk to somebody about my situation. So they could give me advice based on their experience about my situation. And that's the only advice that I would consider taking, as opposed to in the past when I was like, I would literally watch a video or hear someone talk about a certain topic and I'm like, okay, that's exactly how I should do something. No, because it's such a gray area. There's a million things that could be different between you and that individual over there saying all these things. And make sure you keep that in mind the next time you want to get advice from a Billy Boy. And my reason number three would be that they can't put themselves in the shoes of somebody who's starting out. It is very difficult to do that. I want you to hear me out. They're billionaires. So they didn't start yesterday or maybe a year ago. Most of the time, these billionaires that are famous on the internet, they became so through years of trial and error and trying to build their business. And so it's been a long time since they were either poor or they had lack of resources. And so you cannot take advice from somebody who cannot put yourself in their shoes. And they're so far ahead from the idea of having lack of resources. So it's even impossible for them to even imagine what it's like to be in your position. In conclusion, what I would say you can take from billionaires is the inspirational stories of how they built their businesses and their empires from nothing to where they're at now, and how to get literally unlimited motivation from their story. But of course, you should take their opinion and advice with a grain of salt because every single person's situation is unique and different. And that's why I so firmly believe in investing in coaches and mentors that help guide you and get you from point A to point B in the fastest way possible, because that advice would be applicable to your situation. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a massive thumbs up so we boosted in the algo and we beat it. Subscribe to the channel, and I can't wait to see you again in the next video.